This morning, I went into the water and caught lobsters. The temperature here varies quite a bit from morning to night. The water was freezing when I got lobsters. I was so cold I couldn't take it. I could have stayed longer to catch more. Let's open it up and see the results overnight. This is the wild boar meat, and it's been over 30 hours yesterday, and it looks pretty good. I barely slept last night preparing all this. Look at me, do I even look like I'm in my 20s anymore? The lobsters are about ready. Time to eat. Here, Dado, I'll split this with the cameraman. To be honest, I'm not a big fan of grilled lobster. I've been eating too much grilled food lately, it's making me feel overheated. I've got a good solution for that. I'll fix it for you after we... What solution? You'll see soon enough. The one thing this island isn't lacking is old coconut oil from old coconuts. That way, we can finally stir-fry our food here. We can't just keep eating but making coconut oil isn't easy. It's a complicated process that takes a lot of time. It involves separating the coconut, removing the husk, grinding, juicing, and then slow cooking. While Dado is making the oil, I'm keeping the wild chicken traps we set up have been working well. I plan to make a few more. The trap openings are bigger this time, so when the chickens come to eat the bait, they'll be less cautious. Once they trigger the mechanism, there's no way out for them. After a busy morning, I managed to set up 2 more traps in the jungle. Now, all we have to do is wait. I used coconut flesh as bait for both traps, but I'm worried it might not be tempting enough. Let's try using some wild boar meat instead. Wow, how is there such a big lizard here? Whoa, look at that head. Hey, do you see this? Must be at least 10 or 20 pounds. Did it come here because it smelled my wild boar meat? We were only gone for the morning already. So many big lizards have gathered around inside, trying to sneak up and steal the wild boar meat. I brought Big Head to help. We're going to get rid of these potential threats. In no time, Big Head and I managed to catch several. If we had come any later, all our hard-earned wild boar meat would have been gone. Jinjay, I say, why not just let them have some? Your method only solves the problem temporarily. What do we do then? Let's tie them up here first. Come with me. All right, that's done. Now, even if they try to steal food, they won't be able to. The lizards are no longer a threat. Big Head, I'm thinking of diving later to get some seafood. Can you make stir-fry for dinner? Make things a little better. Besides making coconut, you also need to call the captain to pick us up in a couple of days for an island transfer. A couple of days ago, when I was diving, I checked the boat was swept away by the waves during high tide. Today's dive is different from usual. I didn't bring a spear or a fishing hook. Instead, I went to an area full of giant sea clams. I planned to gather some and stir-fry them. I never expected there to be so many here. And they're huge. Some are hidden well, but others are easy to find. Wow, there are so many sea clams here, and they're all massive. Each one is almost as big as my head. Living on this island, I dive into the sea every day. It's not just about finding food. More importantly, every time I dive, it feels like I've entered a whole new world. I always encounter different marine creatures. Some are edible, while others are not. We have to respect nature's rules. Besides the sea clams, I also found a giant coconut snail. It's been days since we last found it. We'll take it back and stir-fry it. And look at that slipper lobster crawling nearby. It's from the same family as lobsters, but much more tender. It seems to have the same shell as a lobster, but it's much more tender than a lobster. Just when I thought today's catch was over, a large eel suddenly appeared right in front of me. I quickly signaled to the camera, but by then, the eel had already slipped its head back. Only its tail was still sticking out. I didn't think too much. I just went for it. And then, to keep it from escaping or turning around to bite me, I used some seaweed to give its head a few extra hits. Wow, I finally got it. This one's about 5 to 6 pounds. Better not let it bite you. Wow, it's huge. Another great haul from today's dive. So much seaweed, a big coconut crab, a giant eel, and a slipper lobster. This eel was really dumb. If it had just kept its head hidden, but it stuck its tail out instead. So, well, Bad luck for it. Let's see how much meat we can get from all this seaweed. Cameraman, let's pack up and head back. When stir-fried, it gives off a strong coconut aroma. Is yours ready?
Yeah,
Let's eat. Today marks a huge milestone in our island life. We managed to extract coconut oil and stir-fry some gin. This smells amazing. Let's try some grilled eel. Haven't had it in a while. This grilled fish and pork taste amazing. Now that we can cook food on the island, our next step should be figuring out how to get some staple food. We can't just eat meat and wild fruits every day. Yeah, sometimes I eat a lot, but I still feel hungry. Maybe we should try farming. Also, we should find a way to make some seasoning on the island. Already tastes great. But with seasoning, it could be even better. I don't think that's necessary. Seafood tastes best when eaten fresh and natural. All right, enough talking. Come and eat. Wow, this slipper lobster meat looks so tender. Here, have some.